Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching Battlestar Galactica. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching episode 5 of season 2 of Battlestar Galactica. Okay, so on the last episode, Commander Adama is awake. He doesn't quite know the ins and outs of what Colonel Ty has done and what he needs to fix. I don't know if he's going to be mad. He doesn't know that Lee is no longer on the ship. Lee has now taken the president to Cloud 9. And there was a lot of crew members that were helping orchestrate that. Callie shot and killed Boomer. Chief said that he hated Boomer, leave me alone, and then was like, stay away from me, and then was like, no. And she said, I love you, Chief, before she died. The great thing is that with knowing that Boomer's a Cylon, Grace Park isn't going anywhere. So now either Sharon needs to arrive or something, because we can't go like episodes without Grace Park. Like, she's a staple. But we also had, Gaius, not saying he didn't attempt to kill Chief. He damn near did kill Chief to get information on a Boomer, which she tells him there's 8 other models of Cylon. So they have 4 confirmed that they know of. And now we know, and everyone, well, not everyone, Gaius knows that there are 12 models. I don't know if he mentions this or if he just keeps it a secret, but one more person knows. Maybe Chief overheard it. I don't know. He seemed gonzo. So, Gaius brought him back. He lived. And I don't like that. Don't do that to my chief. That's my man's. You don't do that to my man's. But now we have the president on Cloud 9. And that sounds really weird. Like, she's on Cloud 9. She was already on Cloud 9 with her little Kamala extract, but now she is safely away from the Galactica. She is with Tom Zarek, so I don't know if the word safely is really the term I should use there, because he seems happy to see her. Like, call me Tom. No, we are not friends. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. But friend is still a strong word. The enemy of my enemy is someone I'll tolerate to get what I need out of them, because I don't want to be friends with you, is really ultimately what I think it should be. But I don't know if the quorum of 12 meets up on Cloud 9 and then, Adama's like, hey, Bat Phone, I'm back. All's well. I don't think that that's necessarily going to happen. I think he's got a shitstorm that he has to kind of clean up the best that he can. I know that he's better equipped for the job and he can handle the pressure better than Colonel Ty. I think even Colonel Ty admitted that he was just like, this isn't something he ever wanted. He doesn't want to do it. He never craved being in charge. And he's not really that great at it, but with the influence of Ellen and alcohol, I think those are 2 things that would drive anybody insane to do whatever. Just saying. If we can get him away from her, it's just toxic, it's violent, it is disrespectful, and it's manipulative, and it doesn't make me like her. And I mean, she's that character, and I'm absolutely fine with hating her. Like, I don't feel this need to like get to know her, know her motivations, learn about her personality. I don't care. No. Dunzo. Get out. Out the airlock. I'm done. And we had like a couple people like helping orchestrate everything, with Gata kind of saying like, no, there were no, transmissions that were logged that shouldn't have been, and Dee had the Colonel sign some stuff, and he's like, why would I shut down Causeway B? And she's like, oh, it needs repairs. And he's like, okay, I guess. It's like the first time he actually looked at something that he signed. So that was by the skin of their teeth with that one. The guard, I really should remember his name. Starts with the V. Varner? Something like that. He actually allowed for himself to get beat up, so it looked like, people broke the president out. Technically, they did. Technically, they did. But like that moment where she's like standing in front of the soldier with the gun and she's just like, kill me or let me pass. And then just pushed the gun aside and like walked around. Ooh. Stone cold moment from Rosalind. And I appreciate those moments from her because there's so many times that she's extremely soft. And like she's very caring and nurturing, and you see like a lot of that motherly, teacherly figure come out. And then the times when she needs to be hard as nails, she is. Solid resolve when the time calls. And she's shown that several times throughout the series, the mini series, the first season, and now this one. I really like her character. I don't always agree with her character, but I like her character. It's kind of like with Ty. I don't rarely ever agree with him. And then when I do, I'm like, yeah, I mean, you're not always wrong. And, I can say that, like, just because I don't always agree with somebody and I feel like I'm always at odds with their character, it doesn't mean I don't enjoy their character. It just means that my mindset is not the same. Now, I don't know what happens with Callie shooting Boomer, because she's a Cylon. So, like, what are they going to do? Be mad that she shot and killed a Cylon? Like, is that not like what you do with a Cylon, I guess, aboard the Galactica? That's what they did the episode previous, or 2 episodes previous. But, like, the whole show is, like, just killing Cylons. So it's not like they're like, you murderer. They're like, oh, you ruined our ability to torture and test. Like, if that's the case, go find yourself a Doral or a Leoben or whomever. Or Shelley Godfrey. Where the hell is she? Don't answer that. It's probably a spoiler. But like, gone? How does that even happen? Anyway, if we're rooted in reality, she can't just disappear. Get off my chin. So then we also have some stuff happening on Caprica, because we have a group of 53 people that is at the Delphi High School, and that's where they've kind of set up camp, which apparently is not being patrolled. Why not? I feel like big areas where people could find shelter is exactly the places you want to patrol. So how many Cylons are in their camp? Asking that question now. If there's a Sharon in there, and it's not our Sharon, if it's a Miss Valeri, and she was a teacher at the school, and that's why she knows it so well, I'm like, Cylon. And I don't know if that's the thing, is I think Starbuck would immediately emotionally react and like physically just like go after her, to where Hilo probably wouldn't. So I don't think that they would actually have another Sharon in there. But definitely when you have a big group of people that are on Caprica that are not being patrolled, there's a Cylon in their midst. I hope it's not the guy with the cheekbones. I already forgot all of their names. Like, they rattled off like so many of them, and I was like, who? So hopefully, if we're gonna see them for a long period of time, I start to learn their names. But we saw Kara and what's his face. There was some tension there. I mean, I don't think it's love. It's actually definitely not love. But it's Starbuck. She got to get it in. She just like 6. It's just stress reliever. I don't. I don't think it's the most important thing when the world's ending, but whatever you got to do to keep your head balanced, why not? But I'm really curious as to where Sharon is. She left at the Raider. I don't think that she would necessarily go back to the Cylons, but I would really love to know what happened with her. And then obviously we have to catch up with Lee and all of them on Cloud 9 and figure out how Adama feels about everything. So a lot to catch up on. And I just watched it, so if my intro is really short, it's because it's all fresh in my brain and I just really want to go to this episode. So that being said, guys, let's get into it. Okay, they got a Humvee. I wonder if it's Kara's Humvee. Does it have windows? All right, girl. Good for you.
As soon as I get back to Galactica, I'll send a rescue party.
Yeah, right.
Why would he not believe
If
that?
I say I'm gonna do something, I do it.
You're always such a bitch in the morning.
Easy.
Count on it.
My kind of woman.
Toxic.
I didn't mean to.
Gotcha. Come on. We'll lighten up a little bit. It's only the end of the world.
You know what? Like I said, get your stress out.
Once I'm inside, I'll blow the brain and I'll start working on trying to get it.
Oh, God. I don't know how I get startled by that every damn time. Oh, girl, you okay? Did she get shot? What is going on with her? Yep. Oh, shit. She's badass, but she is not bulletproof. Oh! I was warned about that. I didn't know it was this episode, though. Stupid, it's so dumb. Aww. He looks so different without his glasses on. Really, Gaius? You didn't have to be there for that.
There are things we don't say often enough. Things like what we mean to one another. All of you mean a lot to me. I just want you to know that. Let's get back to work.
What is up with Gaius' attitude right now?
I want to search every ship in the fleet. Quarantine procedures. She can hide, but she can't run.
It seems like a vendetta. I'm not a fan.
Zeus has returned to Olympus.
Yep.
My father, he's back.
He's a tough old bird.
He is indeed.
What we really need is something heartfelt, something human and personal, like a son denouncing his father.
No, Lee doesn't need to.
My name is Lee Adama.
What?
Till recently, I was the commander of Galactica's air group.
No,
When
don't do
Commander
this.
Adama, my father, decided to stage a military coup against the president, I could no longer support him or his actions.
What a mess. Ruined your plans, didn't he, Zarek?
I can't do this. Sorry, everyone. Thought I could, but I can't.
Destroy the tape immediately. Zarek will find it and he'll use it against you.
I'm playing the religious card.
They normally
I know
do.
exactly what I have to do. How does this thing work?
You're okay. You're in an aid hospital. You got shot in the abdomen. I'm Simon.
An aid hospital, not the high school?
I removed the bullet. I didn't think we were gonna make it there for a while.
The girl has been beat up for the past 2 seasons. Season and a half.
Where is he?
He died.
Really?
Table. Piece of shrapnel had nicked his aorta. Massive internal bleeding. I'm sorry.
Damn. I like that guy.
Are you a Cylon?
That's a good question. I was
What do
just
you
thinking that.
I am most definitely not a Cylon.
That's what a silence
Of course, I don't know what you'd expect me to say. If I was a Cylon, I certainly wouldn't admit it.
Can I leave?
Yeah, an aid hospital makes me think that, like, it's run by Cylons to get info. I don't trust Simon.
Time for your pain meds.
She didn't ask for pain meds, though. there a reason why he wants her unconscious? I trust nobody. Absolutely nobody. Why is she in the brig? She killed a Cylon. That's literally like what you're supposed to do if you're a human.
Excuse me?
Boomer, did you love her?
Thought I did.
When you think you love somebody, you love them. That's what love is. Thoughts.
Yeah. You did. It's okay to say you did.
You'll see her again, Chief.
Excuse me?
Here's more.
There are many copies. You'll see her again.
It'd be disturbing to go through like mourning the loss of somebody and then they pop up again.
I think there may be a cyst on one of your ovaries.
Is it serious?
Got to keep that reproductive system in great shape. It's your most valuable asset these days.
Right.
Jesus.
I'm serious.
Wait, I know you're serious. That's what makes me uncomfortable. They're gonna force her to get pregnant and have a kid?
Well, no one's forcing you.
They might.
Just take a moment and think about where you are and what's going on.
I'm so disturbed by this
The
whole scene
human
right
race
now.
is on the verge of extinction. Potential mothers are a lot more valuable right now than a whole squadron of Viper pilots.
That is so unfair to put on her.
I saw the fractures on your x-rays. A lot of old fractures from childhood. Every break in the exact same place between the first and the second knuckle.
How do you do that? Closing your
Did someone
fingers on a
break your
door?
fingers, Karen? Children of abusive parents often fear passing along that abuse to their own children.
My stomach hurts watching this whole scene. Wow.
Oh, no, that...
Okay.
No, please, this isn't necessary.
Give them your blessing.
No, it's not right. It isn't who I am.
Laura,
It's funny how quickly Gaius was like, I'm an instrument of God. And then she's just like, this isn't me. I don't want to do this. If it tames the men that were once angry. Cool.
Anders, we must have been over this line 10 times already.
She must have taken a bullet.
Ha! He's still alive. It's a trick.
Wait a minute.
I know where Starbuck is.
Sharon! Sorry, the captions ruin that.
Who is she?
Don't say it.
She's with us.
You're the father of my child, Hilo. I'm not gonna lose you.
Where is she?
Okay. Okay, well, I'm glad we still got a Boomer-esque presence. So then where is Starbuck? Are they Cylons? Did they shoot her on purpose so they could get a baby maker? I don't know. Wait, what's that other scratch that's there?
What's this new scar?
Yes.
Yeah, I had to
okay,
go
good.
back in last night while you were asleep. Some internal bleeding to tie up. Nothing to worry about.
Took some eggs. Stole an ovary. Like, what happened? What did you do? What is that?
I just
Why?
woke up.
Now you're going back to sleep.
Near the dock.
I would totally pinch that hose. Ha! Atta girl. Ugh. I don't know if I could take my own IV out, though. I guess if my life depended on it. This is such a bizarre but wonderful episode. I did not think that we would get an abduction of Starbuck during Battlestar Galactica. Look familiar? Yeah, find your clothes, girl. Crawl out a window.
Lord of Cobalt, please help me.
You know, something actually has been bothering me lately.
Mm-hmm.
I never told you my call sign was Starbuck.
She just did. I love it. She's so stone cold badass, but like she's got to get it together. She in another room or a hallway? What's going on? What the hell?
No, no time. Cut the power. That'll kill you. I can't live like this.
I wouldn't want to either.
The baby machines. Please.
Cut all the switches, man. Just pull all the plugs. It's an act of mercy, girl. Good. Good. Oh god, my stomach hurts. Oh god. Atta girl. She's seen enough of 6 that she's like, any chance I get, I'm just gonna knock your ass out. Oh! Sharon? Oh my god. Ah!
Get down!
Oh. Oh. Did Sharon come in clutch? Nice ship. It's the same one that crashed into Galactica, right? Not the same exact one, obviously. How many just left?
24 ships, sir.
That's
almost a third of the fleet.
Yeah, it's a big chunk. A third of the population has spoken. There's probably another third that wants to see what happens. Boomer?
Why?
She didn't want to. Oh. You can't love a machine.
It's one of God's commandments. Be fruitful. We can't fulfill it. We've tried. So we decided to rape human women.
Well, there's one that's pregnant, at least.
They have this theory. Maybe the one thing they were missing was love.
Maybe. I don't know. Chief and Boomer didn't get pregnant.
You're special. Leoben told you that. You have a destiny.
Yeah. What's that?
All right, how many women do they have at these farms?
Hundreds. Maybe thousands.
Wow.
I don't know.
All over the planet. And it's nice that he at least knows that she's a Cylon. I wonder how many people besides Anders knows that Sharon is a Cylon. Does he have the arrow? Show enough.
Go find Earth. If I'm gonna die here, I'm gonna take out every last one of those fracking farms before I do.
I love that. Whoa. That is a big deal. Did I miss something where they fell in love? But still, this is incredibly sweet.
Be safe.
From the beginning of the episode with them to this is just beautiful. Anders better make it to the end of the series. No spoilers in the comments, but he better make it to the end of the series. I really like him. Oh my god, I have to talk about it though. So some next level acting in this episode. I have a hard time with Adama's like pursuit of Lee and the president, and I get why, but it seems very personal because it is, and I don't like that aspect of it. And Lee making the tape and then just being like, I can't do this. Like, I was just like, he's really going to do that to his dad? Even though I don't believe that Adama made the right move, I think a military coup was kind of a stupid idea. And only chaos would have ensued after that. And he wasn't playing the long game. He was getting, short-term satisfaction by just trying to arrest the president to stop her from doing something that he didn't agree with. And as you could see, a whole third of the fleet was like, COBOL. And like I said, the other third of the fleet is probably wanting to see what everybody else does before they make a decision. And there's probably solidly another third of the fleet that is behind Commander Adama, the whole way. But it really, oh God. Edward James Olmos is just, I'm so happy he's back, because him being emotional about the crew and like saying like, we don't say what, each other means to each other, and he's like, you guys mean the world to me and it means so much to me. And then him questioning Chief and just kept asking like, did you love her, did you love her, did you love her? And he wasn't asking because he's interrogating Chief, it's because he loved Boomer himself. Like, that was somebody he very much cared about. And he's almost like saying like, did you love her? Because can you love a machine? Essentially is saying like, is it okay that I also feel this grief over this, and that I love her and I miss her and this is hard for me to reconcile? And then him going to see her in the morgue. Oh my God. Now, I love that people have told me just how close everyone got to, I always have to say Edward James Olmos. I guess I'll just call him Eddie. But that like a lot of the crew members got really close to him, and that like he walked her down the aisle at her wedding. Like, so when he's like crying over top of her, I remember somebody saying that to me, even if it was in the comments, but I remember it. And I'm just like, I don't, that whole scene and him crying over top of it and just like mourning her loss because he really did love her. And it wasn't her that shot him. It was the machine that was within. I tell you, like, everyone's like, I'm shocked that you don't love Boomer, that she's like not like your favorite character. And it's because it takes time. When you get the development that you have out of Boomer and Sharon, like, it's you don't want to like her because you know what her born nature was, what she was made to do. But who she's becoming in both aspects, well, I guess, not Boomer anymore. That's really sad. But who she was becoming, who she became, who she's continuing to be, like, just is so refreshing, because then it makes me think not all Cylons are bad. And them saying that, like, the component to Boomer and Sharon being able to have a baby was love. I mean, maybe I don't know. I think there's plenty of people who have babies that are not in love. And, there's this whole episode was really hard for me to stomach. One, immediately I didn't trust Simon. I was just like, where is she? Like, why? It felt like a Walking Dead episode. Like that you were being kept somewhere like for tests. But like, him being all happy and cheerful and like, of course I'm not a Cylon, but if I was, I wouldn't tell you. You know, it's kind of like, that's not really somebody who has been going through an entire Cylon invasion. The human race has been obliterated and then has been working in a hospital with 2 other doctors and 5 nurses that used to be teachers. Like, that's not the disposition that somebody has. Like, they're not happy about repairing a bullet hole. When I saw the other scar, I was like, I thought she only had the one. Like, what is that other thing? And I was just like, maybe I don't know. Like, maybe it was a makeup mistake. But then when she's like, what's this other scar from? I was like, they took her eggs. They took an ovary. They did something. I highly doubt that they just repaired the cyst or got rid. I don't really know what you do with an ovarian cyst. But I do know that, like, that can't be good. And she is special. And I don't know what Sharon's talking about her destiny, but like, Boomer is a special person. She really is. As angry as she can get and as dark as she is in the inside, you know, seeing her with Anders at the end there, like at the beginning, I was like, it's just sex. And I was like, oh my God, just, you know, like, go about your mission, leave her alone, blah, blah, blah. But seeing how upset she was when Simon said that Anders had died, and she thought that, one, it had happened helping her, but 2, like, that she truly had like some feelings there for him. And then at the very end, like, I was like, did they fall in love in like an episode? Because what? And I mean, like I said, and no spoilers, for the love of God, please, no spoilers. But like, if Anders isn't around at the end of the series, I will be gravely upset. I'm very loyal and I hold on to people for a really long time, and I'm holding on to Anders, especially for Kara. I mean, giving him her dog tag, that's huge. In not only in this scenario, but just in general. Like, that's huge. I didn't think it was going to go in that direction, especially the whole calling out Lee's name thing. Ugh. It's like kissing your brother. That's just so weird. But back to the hospital and the harvesting and the farms, and that it could be hundreds or thousands of women. Oh my God, I can't even. Like, I always say that, like, I've never wanted to physically birth a child. Like, I think I'd be a great mom, but I don't want to do pregnancy or any of that stuff. That seems awful, horrible. I don't want to put my body through it. I don't want to know what that feels like. No, thank you. But like, to be forced because it's the end of the world, you need to repopulate. And I don't mean force as in they were going to make somebody do, like, I don't think the fleet would force people to have babies. In this sense, they were definitely going to force that upon her. And that is devastating. At that point, the Cylons are not even seeing them as humans. They're just seeing them as incubators. And like, to where, like, I think the Cylons really would like to become more human. I think certain ones do, maybe. Some don't understand or have the capacity to just like even care about humans. So I get that they're responsible for that. But like, 6 of all people, you know, like she seems like she very much like has like an interest in humans and human interactions and in physicality and all these things. So it's just unnerving that like there's parts of Cylons that see humans as interesting and special, maybe a hindrance a little bit, and then there's some that just completely don't care and they're like, let's make a hybrid. That is wild. And Su Shen, like, I agree with her. Like, if I was in that scenario, put me out of my misery. And it's not even about the physically having a baby part. It's like that you will be doing that for the rest of your life. No, thank you. No, thank you. And that is not a quick process either. So I hope Anders is successful and frees a ton of women from these farms. I mean, if they're already hooked up, I don't know how you unhook them from what they're doing. I don't know if, like, there's a part in the series where all these women who are pregnant with Cylon babies, like, are going up to Galactica, or if they're able to just liberate them and they're fine and they're okay. But I would love if that were part of the story. Now, one thing that's really a hard part for me to swallow, which I know I'm not shy about, is the religion aspect. But then I'm happy that Rosalind isn't like, I am your savior. Like, I'm happy she's not doing that. Like, Gaius hears like that he's an instrument of God once, and he's like, yep, that's me. Gaius Baltar, instrument of God, vice pres. I definitely like that she was like, that's not me. Like, I can't bless them. And she was so uncomfortable doing it. And I think Mary McDonnell does such a good job of playing somebody who's very conflicted. Like, because it could be really easy to make this like really obnoxious religious figure happen out of the blue. And I'm glad that they're not leaning too far into it. Like, she uses it as a way to get the fleet to go back to Kobol. And it's not necessarily untrue. It's her version of what's happening and why she did what she did and why there was a coup that was staged. So I think the fleet knowing the full truth about what went down is good. But I'm also glad she's not really super leaning into it. Like, I am this instrument of God. I am a prophet. Like, follow me. Like, she's very practical about it. Lee learning that his father is alive. I do like that Zarek said Zeus is back at Olympus. I like that callback. But he was very like happy, upset, and torn because like he knows that like his father now knows the truth about what he did. And he, I'm sure, is like terrified to face his dad. And I don't know when that happens, if it happens, or if, the commander welcomes him back with open arms. I have no idea. So we did get a new Cylon. Simon. Jerk. I immediately was like, Cylon. It has to be a Cylon. Like, this is a weird place to be. The vibe is off. The way he's talking's off. As soon as he started talking about ovaries and making babies, I was like, And then when he like went to go give her the drugs, I was like, oh, I'd pinch that tube. I'm so happy that where my mind went for survival is exactly what happened, because that's what I'd be trying to do, is like immediately stop. I don't know how I would run out the IV, but I definitely would have tried to run out the IV so it looked like I was actually like getting my dosage of whatever. But I'm also not Kara, and she had a plan to stab him in the neck. He died twice in this episode, and I'm not sad about either time. Good riddance. Now I'm trying to think if we've ever seen him on Galactica or in any other episode, if he's been around for anything. Other than rewatching everything that I've already watched, I don't really know if I can place him anywhere. I feel like I need to go back and rewatch stuff, but I feel like that's also cheating. Maybe not. Maybe not. But now we've got 5 Cylons. Getting closer. We're almost halfway there with knowing at least half a dozen of the people that we need to worry about. Now, Anders, I wonder if Anders... I feel like Boomer would have said something. I mean, I don't know if there's a Cylon meetup where they're just like, oh, are all 12 of us here? Okay. Like, I don't know if she knows who the other models are necessarily. I would think so, but at the same time, she doesn't know everything that the Cylons were doing. She doesn't know where all the other farms are. But she did get us a giant raider, so that's awesome. I do miss the actual like raider. That thing was awesome. But you know what? If you don't have to sit in guts or in brains, whatever is in the inside of a raider, fine. Just get on the big ship and go. So I don't think it didn't show them jumping. I would absolutely love if the next episode started with them jumping back to Kobol, or maybe where the fleet, I don't know. I actually don't know what jump they would make. I would hope it'd be back to Kobol, because then it also makes the message that the president sent to the entire fleet true, that, the person will deliver the arrow of Apollo. Interesting. I wonder if Adama is going to send anybody to follow. I don't know. I feel like he had a really hard emotional moment a couple different times in this episode that maybe that might have like flushed it, and then maybe he'll think a little bit more sensibly, or if he's on a mission. Again, I don't agree with what he did by doing the coup, staging the coup, and then even now, hunting, down the president, and then like just letting people like leave. I feel like keeping the fleet together would have been a better idea. And he could have sent out a message saying, I don't trust this. I don't believe in this, but we all need to stick together. And if people choose to go to Kobol, then we all need to go to Kobol. I think that that's the most practical thing to do. But I don't know if he's thinking practically or not. We'll find out. And I'm really happy that Richard Hatch, a lot of people told me that like he did not want this series to be filmed. He was like, because he was in the OG Galactica, that he did not want anything new, and the fact that they gave him a character that is pretty important to the entire story, I'm really happy for him, and he does a good job. I mean, I see his face and I'm like, ugh, but you're also like the uncle I'd probably think was cool. I don't know. Oh, I'm still thinking about the farms and just, it's horrible. Absolutely horrible. It should always be a choice to be a mother. It should always be a choice to be pregnant. No one should ever be forced to do that. You guys know where I stand on stuff, so it's not a surprise, but yeah, that's absolutely horrifying. That one's gonna live up here for a long time. Yeah. It's amazing because there's some episodes where I'm like, that was fun, or space shit, that's exciting, and this one was a mental fracking. It really was. But guys, if you want to watch the full-length reaction to this episode, it will be available on my Patreon and up to 2 episodes early. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. I don't even know what to ask. But like, giving your dog tags to somebody is like really important. Like, that means something, right? That's like a promise ring. It's a promise tag. Like, that's huge, especially for her. Like, not that she's not emotionally open, but she is not emotionally available most of the time. And that is a big move, I think, for Starbuck. When you first saw Simon, did you also think Cylon? It's not really fair because I feel like any new person that's on this like show, maybe the group showing up, the Caprica, I already forgot their name. Whatever the triangle pyramid team was, like when they all showed up, I was like, okay, they are not all Cylons. But like when there's one individual that pops up, I'm like, ooh, I have questions. I definitely did not trust Simon. And like through the whole episode, like, did you get a weird vibe? Because like it was filmed wonderfully, that it felt weird as hell. It felt creepy. I definitely like felt like a tingle in my spine the entire time because my like little radar was up going, this ain't right. And it's not even just like this guy's a Cylon. It's like, this ain't right. I knew immediately something was wrong with that hospital. But guys, oh my gosh, the next episode, I don't know what to expect. I never know what to expect. I'm hoping Kobol, between the third of the fleet, Starbuck showing up with Hilo and Sharon. Oh my God, I just remembered that Sharon's with them. Adama just told Chief that he'll see her again. And he just like openly sobbed over top of her dead body. Oh my God. Talk about a mind frack. Wow. Okay, yeah, this one's gonna be living in my head for quite some time. Holy crap, this was a good episode. Oh my God, guys. Come back here for the next one. But in the meantime, I'll see ya. I need to like go take some ibuprofen and stare at a wall and just think. It's a mind frack. A complete mind frack. God. Bye.